goes another 20-year-old.
Holy shit, I hate those guys.
Gotta hate 20-year-olds.
Fuck those guys.
Somebody help these 20-year-olds.
It's time to figure it out, Ricky. Don't touch me. Don't fucking touch me. Check. Okay. What's your level out here?
Check. Okay, what's your level out here?
Alrighty. Dude, I got some... you know what it is? You know what happened this morning?
What?
We're here in the morning. It's early morning at our house. We're trying to keep it quiet, because our roommates are having a nice little snooze in.
Got a couple coffees going here.
Couple coffees. We have so many ACs and fans going in our house right now that I couldn't hear my alarm. And it went off until, I guess your alarm, when you just leave it for long enough, it just like grays out or something.
Yeah, I don't really know what happens.
I know what happens.
It doesn't come back on.
It doesn't come back on.
It should have almost an automatic...
Like a volume increase or something?
No, like an automatic snooze cycle. You know what I mean? So if it's like you don't pick it up for long enough, then it comes in like hotter. I don't know.
Well, I don't really know what happened this morning. All I know is my alarm, instead of being like green, which is on, or black, which is off, the whole thing, the bar thing was gray. And that's happened to me before. And I'm assuming because I put it in the drawer beside my bed.
What, your phone?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't have a bedside table. I just have a dresser beside my bed. So I open up like the clean sock
that
drawer.
might be your first problem.
Yeah, muffled the sound there. But I also have 4 fans going on in my general vicinity.
Yeah, that's true.
The AC, which is finally pretty good, man. Like I had a good...
I haven't... Yeah, well, I mean, we only have the one going right now, but we finally got that the second one downstairs, which I haven't actually seen in action yet. But
so I got in a little tussle with the I guess the listing agent. So basically, if you've listened to the last couple podcasts, you know that we're living in a sauna, and we've been living in a sauna for a month and a half. And in the listing for our property, it said AC, and we've just been like completely fucked around.
Totally.
So like for a few weeks we had that heat wave at the beginning of summer. I melted. Robbie died. Like it was just, Kevin was fine because
it was actually nuts.
Kevin did great in it. Kristen just didn't live here.
We should actually be compensated in some sort of way.
Okay,
for late.
Let's loop back to the compensation story, because if this was the States, we could just sue like that Jewel guy did.
Yeah, it's true.
We'll loop back to that. Yeah, so Robbie took on the reins of just reaching out because his aunt's a real estate agent, and his aunt just like got fired up, and he's like, "Fuck these people! Like, we're getting you that AC."
Yeah, she's a little firecracker.
And then they dropped off a literal fan, like it's a probably a 1,500 square foot 2-story house.
Yeah, it was a joke. They're like, yeah, my aunt got in her year, and then she comes over. Or no, it was communicated to me that there was going to be an AC dropped off. This woman comes over and drops off this box and just leaves.
It's a sick joke.
It was a joke. Me and Kev are looking at this thing like, where's the AC?
It was an oscillating fan.
It was an oscillating fan, and
which would cover maybe 3 feet in front of it.
And we're like, what the hell? This was like on one of the hottest days. We're just all cooped up in this place, got a little bit of cabin fever, like losing our minds because it's so hot. And then afterwards, she finally got back to us and was like, "Oh, there's another unit coming next week." Like nowhere in her daily schedule was there, was 18 Raglan needs an AC unit, and we had to hound her for like the next week to get this unit over here. And
well, because she, like, first of all, this is what I think is what happened. They were like, I think they legitimately thought they bought an AC with that little fan. I don't think
there's no way.
I think they did, because it was one of those like super like expensive looking fans that probably had like a bunch of like images on the box of like cool air flowing out of it.
I don't know.
Well, all I know is that if she did that on purpose, that's fucking stupid.
No,
like-
no. My take on it is that our landlords and the listing agents, like our landlord must have stiff-armed them, like being like, you guys fucked up, you got to deal with this, because I don't think they want, like, she was doing everything she could not to buy these units, because I don't think they wanted to spend the money. So I think she got the oscillating fan because it was cheaper.
But then what? Like, what are we supposed to do? Like,
and then she thought she could just thought they could walk away from the issue, and like still we had to get in their ear about it. And then like at one point, well, this is what happened at one point. So I called my aunt again, and I was like, this is like not being handled properly. And then she's like, no, I told her the story about the fan coming over, and they got all upset about it, and they're like, okay, we're gonna have to go to the tenants board to handle this or whatever. And
so that's when they said, okay, we'll bring over an AC.
That's when they said they would bring over an AC, because
wow, what scum.
Because she spoke to the landlord, and the landlord's like, no, we wanted to communicate with the landlord, like, we like the way you guys are dealing with things, but like,
the landlord's
they messed
here.
up, right? Like, the landlord's good here. So we told the landlord this, and then that's when I think they spoke to the listing agents, being like,
you brought over a fan.
Get your shit together. And then, I started receiving all these like nice messages being like, oh, like, is this one good enough? Like, do you want this unit? Do you want these units? Like, and the next day, no, actually it was that afternoon that we finally got that AC unit.
And guess what? It cooled absolutely nothing as well. So like, so this is how it works. If you are, there's a listing agent, different from the landlord in this case. The listing agent mistakenly advertised that the air conditioning, there was central air conditioning. And so we just went forward on that, and we signed the lease. And I guess in the lease, I don't know if it said there's central air, but regardless, apparently, according to Robbie's aunt, it doesn't matter. You can't wrongly advertise a unit like that. So this listing agent, like, after I guess that whole story Robbie just said, finally was like super nice and was like, hey, I'm going to bring over this like 12,000 BTU air conditioner that cools 550 square feet. And Robbie's like relaying this to me, and I'm like, 550 square feet. Okay. Like, what's the unit, right? Like, what's the, do we get 4 of those? Like,
yeah.
like, what's the size of the unit? And when she came over, it was Robbie and Kevin here, and she just like absolutely steamrolled them with misinformation. Like, she came in, and because I told Robbie, I was like, when she comes over, please like question her on like the square footage of the unit and how this 550 square foot thing is supposed to make a dent.
Didn't make a
fucking dent. And she came in all hot and like steamrolled them and was basically like, oh yeah, I think your main floor is like 350 square feet. And yeah, like this will be plenty. Like cold. This is what she said. She said to you guys, cold air will filter. What is that?
Yeah, she said something like, she's like, yeah, once it cools the upstairs, it'll just filter downstairs. No, like for the past couple of weeks, it's like you walk through
It literally didn't make a dent.
Didn't make a dent. You walk down the stairs and you just get hit with this heat wave, the bottom floor, because there's just like...
It was 28 to 30
steamy.
degrees on our main floor. It felt like inner city Mexico, not coastal Mexico. Like inner country.
Yeah, inner city, because you don't have no beach or ocean to go jump into. Kevin and I have both realized that in certain situations, if there's a good cop and there's a bad cop, we're better at playing the good cop. We need to travel around for the bad cop.
Well, I'm going fucking nuts because Kevin and Robbie are very, very nice, understanding people, and like that's a great quality. That is a great quality. The only time I see Robbie become the bad cop is if he's absolutely in one, and he's so drunk he just gets in people's ears. Remember? Anyway, we can tell that story about the bouncy castle guy.
Oh,
where
yeah,
you played
yeah.
bad cop. But so I'm like I've been out of the house when this girl's been coming, and they've been relaying this information to me, and I'm like, 300 square feet? Are you fucking kidding me? I was like, Kristen's bedroom alone is like 150 or 200 square feet. I was like, that's upstairs. I was like, this main floor is at least 600 or 700 square feet.
Yeah.
Like at least. And I'm like, this lady's just like taking advantage of you. So I was like we're getting in her ear, and finally she says she's going to bring over 3 more AC units.
Yeah.
8,000 BTUs each, which is about 350 square feet each.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, we got it, man. We're going to have 4 AC
The promised
units.
land.
The promised land of AC. And we're like, yep, that's great. Thanks so much for dealing with it. And then she's like, cool. Just box up the one I already gave you and the fan, and I'll drop off these three units. And we're like, whoa.
Squeeze me?
Squeeze me? Like 3 8,000s will equal 24,000 BTUs, and we already had 12,000 with that thing. So she takes that away. Like, we're only getting another one of those things that didn't make a dent upstairs. So we're like, okay, well, like, maybe can you just bring over 2 8,000s? We don't need 3. We're not crazy. And then she started getting like super like defensive again. She's like, nope, like this is like, she's like, she came in so hot. I was
Did
home
she?
alone. Oh, dude. She came in like, yep, this will be good. Like, she had her dog. I was like all like flustered. I was like, what's going on? But I just didn't budge. I was like, you're wrong. I was like, she's like, this will be plenty. I'm like, okay, all right, great. I'm like, what if it's not? You know what I mean? Like, I've been living in 28 degrees for a month and a half. I work from home. I've been sweating. I haven't had guests over in a month and a half. What if it's fucking not? And she's like, you got to buy your own. I'm like, do I?
Do I?
I was like, fucking do I?
Do you want me to call it Kathy?
Yeah. I was like, do I? I was like, listen, I don't know what's going on here. And she's like, listen,
Who
she's
do you
like,
work for?
She's like, it's like we have 2 ACs, 550 square feet each. This unit's got to be less than 1,100 square feet. I was like, the main floor is 600 or 700 square feet. The upstairs is 600 square feet. We're already at 1,200 or 1,300 square feet. And I was like, and also, it's not square feet that fucking matters. It's cubic feet. We have high ceilings on the main level. You know what I mean? Like, we have high ceilings, and that square footage definitely does not include the storage we have at the back. It's an old house. Our windows are saran wrapped shut. They have no insulation. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, it's not going to be enough. And to be honest, it barely is enough. Like, in my room, I still have to run 3 fans, hence why I couldn't hear the alarm this morning.
Yeah.
It's barely enough.
Maybe it's more of like a white noise soothing thing for you, and just put you into like a deep.
You know what it is? It's also, I'm sweating my ass off because my room's 30 degrees soothing thing for me.
I wasn't that hot last night.
You have a ceiling fan, and your room, just the way like the angles of the upstairs it works, I think it hits this like angled wall.
Yeah.
I think it creates a bit of a vortex and filters down.
I've been leaving my door open too.
Yeah.
Last couple nights.
No, dude, but last couple nights it's been very moderate and mild outside. Like, it's
But okay, moving on from the AC. That's enough about the AC.
Dude, it's just been such a big part of my life for the last month and a half. You know what I mean? Like, fuck.
Won't matter one day. We're just living out on the coast.
Dude,
can go hop in the ocean.
This is what we're gonna do. Once our music career takes off, all right, yeah, we have a few million in the bank. We have we're investing in some properties in Toronto that we're gonna rent out. I'm going to locate this woman. I'm going to make sure that I get an alert the moment she's looking for a place.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna buy that place. And I'm gonna list it like right before she buys it, or right before she rents or whatever. And I'm gonna list it with AC, and I'm going to remove Basie.
Physically going to go over there.
And I will personally do it. Do you want to come?
I'll join you.
Cool. And then I'm going to be the listing agent, or you know what I mean, that deals with repairing, because I'll put it back in.
Yeah, but it's
going to take me a month and a half. Just
take me the whole summer.
Yeah, that's what she said when I was like, "What if this doesn't work?" She's like, "Oh, you only have a month left." I'm like, "That's also your fault."
It's also your fault. This should have come on in the spring.
Yeah. Anyway, this is hilarious. But speaking of music, man, back to fun, happy times. Oh, we got to write a song about just dying from AC. But fun, happy times. Our song's doing pretty good. It's for like an unmarketed release. Just like,
yeah.
What are we at? Like album wide, EP wide.
I think we're around 5,000 plays.
5,000 plays in less than a month for the EP and a month for the single.
Not bad, right?
And loving when people send us videos playing the song. Like that's got to be like one of the better feelings.
Yeah.
What if that was worldwide? That's got to feel good.
That'd be cool. That'd be fucking cool.
Like, I bet you the Loud Luxury guys, like well, maybe not this current president. That's not that big a deal. But like Barack Obama's heard their song.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
I bet Beyonce's heard their song. The Yance. Isn't that cool?
It's pretty neato.
But yeah, no, appreciate the plays. 5,000 just off like friends. That's just off friends. Like that's people playing it at their cottages and like showing it to their friends. Thank you so much.
Also, we put in another order of T-shirts for anyone that was asking about them. Coming in this week, maybe?
They should be coming in this week. So we'll put those up on our website. I don't know if they'll be like we'll definitely put like messages out on Instagram and stuff. So don't go right on yet. But we're gonna advertise our music now. So like now that like we've gotten like the organic base, we'll spend some money and we'll put it out on the. You gotta spend money to make money. You know what I mean?
Totally,
dude. We need some like fucking. We need just a way to get free exposure. Just like some like ridiculous video that gets us free exposure. We need our neighbor kid,
the bricklayer.
Yeah, like oh my god, I'm first of all loving our neighbor. He's basically
he's hilarious.
Have you guys ever seen Along Came Polly, the basketball scene where Philip Seymour Hoffman just absolutely throws bricks at the backboard during their like, conversation? The neighbor kid in the back, he's got a basketball hoop, and he's out there 2-3 times a day at least. Oh,
nonstop.
The kid puts in work and doesn't make a shot. And he's like a pretty stocky, like 16-year-old kid, kind of looks like the character in Along Came Polly.
He just chucks absolute bricks.
And he's like wearing his like slides, and he's doing like fucking all those basketball moves that make you like look like you got a lot going on. And then he does like a fadeaway, and it just airballs. And we got a perfect view of it from our kitchen area and living room.
Yeah, you can see it from all angles of the house. And you know what? From the when we first started noticing this, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I was like, you know what, Trav, he's working on his left hand.
Because he was shooting with his left. You're right.
He was shooting with his left, right? I'm like, you know what? It's probably just trying to up that left hand game. He's a lefty. I asked him. I was out there because I talk with him a lot because I park around back, and he's usually playing hoops when I get out there. And he was shooting. I'm like, oh man, I was like working on that left hand, eh? And he's like, no, I'm a lefty. And I was like, oh. Nope. But he's actually a legend. I was out there. I talked with him for like 30-40 minutes the other day, and he was telling me all this wild stuff. He's a CrossFit athlete. Really?
Yeah, competes.
He competes in CrossFit.
He says like he works out every day. He puts on vests, like weighted vests, runs through the ravines around here, gets up early. Like he's an absolute tank. Like you see his workout setup. He's got a prison yard workout setup back there.
Yeah.
And it was pretty funny, like the stuff he's saying in this conversation. He's like, yeah, man, you Jewish? I'm like, he's like, you and your buddy are Jewish, right? I'm like, no. He's like, damn. He's like, me and my dad thought you were 100% Jewish. I'm like, no, man. Like, what? cool. Yeah, I get that a lot. He's like, what do you do for work? You're always home.
Oh, he asked you that?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
I'm like, I work from home. I'm a musician. He's like, dope. He's like, my parents own an ice cream joint. He's like, you guys should play there. Like, I love his energy. I'm like, that's unreal. Yeah, maybe we will. So I started asking him about like what he wants to do.
Yeah.
He's like, man, me and my friends, he's like, we're wild, dude. He's like, we just go out there and he's like, I'll eat other people's food at the mall. I'm like, what? Like, what? He's like, yeah, I'll just walk right up to them. I'll eat their food because it's funny and see what they do.
And they video this?
And he's like, we need to video this.
Oh, he doesn't actually have a YouTube channel.
No. But I was like, you should 100%. If you got nuts like that,
Yeah.
for sure. He's like, yeah. He's like, I'll just get a bunch of milkshakes in front of my boys and just like fall in the middle of the the mall there. And he's like, or like I'll go up to people on the street and like ask for a condom and be like, yo, I'm about to lay pipe on my girl. And like, I'm dying. Obviously, I'm dying of laughter. Like, I'm finding this so hilarious.
Yeah.
But you know, there's people out there with a YouTube channel like that. The Knelt Boys. Have you ever heard of them? It's like
yeah.
It's like their style of pranks.
Yeah, that guy's definitely inspired by the Nelk Boys.
But like, if you got no inhibitions like that, that's exactly what you got to do. Fire up that YouTube channel. People love it. Get paid. So we need him on our side.
People love controversy on YouTube.
Or just like those pranks where somebody's just like absolutely fearless, and will like go up and literally eat your food. What would you do if somebody ate your food at the mall? Like just a little 16-year-old kid, or I guess a stocky 16-year-old kid comes up and takes a bite of your Subway sub.
I'd be like, I don't know.
I'd probably laugh.
I'd be confused.
I think I'd throw my 6-inch, like you know how they cut it in half?
Yeah.
I'd throw whichever one was in my hand at him.
Oh, that'd be a good move.
That's equally as disrespectful as taking a bite.
Yeah, maybe I'd dump my drink on him or something.
Oh, I like that. But I'd be laughing because that's hilarious. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you took a bite? Like, here's a drink.
Yeah, wash it down.
Wash it down.
Dump it on him.
But we'll get him on our team. I'm a big fan of his. We'll get him famous too, but we'll put our music in his prank videos. I feel like he's the type of guy too that would storm Area 51.
Oh, totally. Yeah, I loved the just the quote behind Storm Area 51. The one guy is like, "Let's see them aliens."
Is that the quote?
Yeah.
It's basically like saying, "Show me them thangs." Like
the guy finally revealed himself, and he's like, he made even a joke about that. He's like from an undisclosed location in so and so California, like listed his address. It's pretty jokes. But he's like kind of worried about it now. I was doing some reading.
What, he's worried that he's gonna get in trouble?
Well, just like, yeah, that or just like what's gonna happen. He's like, I made this thing as a complete joke after seeing all the alien talk and like Bob Lazar and stuff. It's pretty funny.
Shit. I wonder if I wonder what's gonna happen. This is what would happen. It's not really that big a deal. Like, how many hotels does this place have? Like,
yeah,
people are gonna storm it. They're just gonna get like riot kind of style.
When's the actual storming?
I don't know, but like, it's got to be only maybe a few thousand people that are gonna actually go. And then even if it's 10,000 people, like it's gonna be no more than a music festival. And they're just gonna get they're not gonna get like the military's not gonna shoot anyone or like, and they're just gonna have a riot style like crowd control.
They're not actually gonna get in.
No. No.
But imagine if they did.
Let's see them thangs. And even if there was aliens, guess where they're not going to be on the Storm the Area 51 day?
In Area 51.
No, yeah, no shit.
They've probably got like one of those, have you watched the new Stranger Things?
No.
Oh no. There's like this elevator that just goes like deep
Oh, I
into
love
this,
those in movies.
Into this like crazy like underground layer.
Is it like in Austin Powers where like one just keeps going forever?
Yeah, it is kind of like Austin Powers actually. But that's probably what they have in terms of cages for their aliens.
Yeah,
at
they're
Area 51.
100%. They're upper mantle, dude. They're deep in the mantle.
Mm-hmm. Below the crust.
Below the. Let me just go through my list here.
Landia. You want to talk about Landia?
Hell yeah. Okay, so I've been keeping this on the DL for a bit, but one of our previous podcast guests, Annika Boren, the reason why she even came on the podcast is we've been working together for probably just under a year now. But she met with me last summer, asking about how to start a jewelry line because I had my male jewelry line, and she was like, I got a bit of a following on Instagram. I got a YouTube channel, and I think I could easily market a line, and I'm like really into jewelry. Like that's what I'm into. Like I wouldn't want to do a clothing line or anything like that. And she was asking me like how to do it, and I was just saying, like laying it out for her, giving her advice. And we basically just started chatting, and I was like, you know what? I was like, because she was like that kind of businessy stuff isn't her forte, like setting up the accounting and the operations. And she like, I already had a jeweler and already knew where to host your website and how to do all this shit. And she's like, do you want to just do that?
Do you want to work together?
Do you want to just do that? And I was like, yeah, you know what? I absolutely do, because what am I not good at? Being a pump and influencer on the gram and YouTube. Yeah. So we teamed up, and she did a stellar job. It just launched. It's called Landy Collection. It's all made, it's fine jewelry, all made at the same jeweler we use for Wrist and Rye in Toronto. And he's like one of the best. And it looks good. It
looks super dope. Definitely go check it out. We could throw a link in the show notes afterwards. But she did an amazing job at making this stuff. And I think there's some really cool designs that a lot of girls within sort of her target demographic will align with and really enjoy. So.
Like it's because she's got like these hoop earrings that Kristen said she'd wear every day. A bunch of girls I've shown. There's a kind of like a boob necklace, I'd call it.
Yeah, it's super cool.
And they're like, like if you have a girlfriend or a sister or like a thing coming up for you got to buy a gift, definitely recommend it. It's pretty reasonably priced considering it's custom designed in Toronto, Canada. Like this isn't made in Asia, like pretty much all the jewelry competitors out there. And we had a good soft launch. We'd like, dude, the power of a following, man. I saw it for the first time. Yeah. Like you can just push a mass of people to look at something, and that's really all you need.
Imagine you and I had a couple 100,000 followers on the gram. This podcast, we could.
Yeah, you just like listen to our podcast. Now you have 2,000 listeners. Yeah, an episode. We gotta get the fucking neighbor kid on our team, dude. That guy knows how to build a following. I'm gonna reach out to him.
All right.
Have my people talk to his people.
Maybe just don't mention this episode to him.
No, dude. I think he'd be proud of the fact he goes out there 3 times a day and throws bricks, and he will never stop until he starts to sink those. So Landy Collection, check it out. It'll be in the show notes. Jewel update. So we talked about suing our listing agent.
Yeah.
But there's a massive lawsuit in the States for a 22-year-old man that had a huge jewel-related stroke, according to the lawsuit. He was on 2 pods a day since he was 15.
So what, he's 17 now, I think it said?
No, it said at 17 he had a stroke. It was either at 17 or 20.
Yeah.
But obviously he's 22 now because it took him like a few years to just be good again because he's paralyzed in half his body.
Yeah.
He lost 50% of his vision and all these other things.
It's pretty crazy, all the stuff that they were listing. And my comment I made to Trav last night, but I guess, now that I know his age, it might be a little bit different, but I said, if this guy's on 2 pods a day, you can assume that he's doing some other kind of fucked shit.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're on 2 pods a day, you're not saying no when your buddy offers you a pill of MDMA. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, if you're on 2 pods a day, you're not exactly opposed to mixing Adderall with booze
In like any other kind of drugs
and Red Bull vodka.
Trying, yeah.
Fucking. But again, you can't assume that. The lawsuit basically says that he was 15 when he got addicted.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's on Jewel.
Like, is it? It's I kind of look at that and I'm like, that's on you to get addicted to those things.
Dude, at 15, you're a little idiot. You're dumb as fuck at 15.
Yeah, but also there's so much awareness. I feel there's like so much on the other side of things too. Like people are promoting how bad it is. Like, you know,
no one's promoting how bad Juul is, dude. I googled it when I got into it. No one was like, "This is really that bad." They're like, "This is 90% healthier than cigarettes." Like no one was like, "Careful, you will literally get addicted for 6 months," which I did. And I am not an addictive person. That's why I said, I was like, if I could get hardcore addicted to this,
yeah,
fucking little idiots in Connecticut could too. You know, I was hard into it.
I don't really know where to side with this one.
But my Juul update is, you know, give me props, dude. Nothing can control me. I literally was like, later.
Like later.
6 months hard into it.
Fuck yourself, Juul.
Later. I just didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
No Juul July is going decent. I did end up doing it that golf weekend though, because I set that out in the pre-regulations, but on Monday, back in the...
See ya.
See you later, back in a drawer.
I don't think you even know where your Juul is.
I don't.
Nice.
I know exactly where it is. It's in the console of my car. The charger is in... I'm just kidding. I have a spare one at home, just in case. No, I'm kidding. But it's going good. It's pretty easy to quit anything if you have a reason.
Yeah.
That's what made it hard to quit the 6 months before, is that I didn't know if it was bad for you. Like I felt like it was like a coffee.
Yeah.
So it's hard to quit something that is addictive and also you're thinking it's not that bad for you. Once I started like getting heart palpitations, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I got a detox. And then I thought I was going to maybe go and just like after a month of detoxing, like when I'm drunk, mixing the Juul. But I after hearing all this stuff, I don't know yet. Like it's almost like if you could control cigarettes,
yeah,
which I could my whole life, like never been addicted to cigarettes. It's almost like, why don't you just have a ciggy or two if you really want to buzz, then you stink and you're like, oh, that's why I don't do that. And then you go back on your merry way. Like, I don't know.
I think I got the same self-control as you in terms of that stuff. I'm like, you know what? As soon as I start kind of feeling with any sort of substance at any point, once I start feeling like complacent and like, you know, like I'm not feeling well, I'm like, I just want to feel better, you know? So like I just cut it all out and like go on a bit of a kick.
Cold turk, baby.
Cold turk. Yeah.
But this weekend definitely was tough. I was at a cottage with maybe like 10 people and I'd say 8 jewelers. Mm-hmm. And not like they don't make jewelry. Like 8, like they're huffing on it. But I still had no desire to do the Juul, but I did have a couple old fashions. I'll tell you that for free.
And
a couple analogs.
And how'd those go down?
Real smooth.
Yeah.
Oh, so crispy. Cigarettes, there's something to be said about a nice creamy, steamy, you know. But no, we had an
no one smokes them anymore.
No, and that's why they're kind of a throwback. They're kind of like retro. Like
yeah, they're gonna make a bit of a wave and then like come back. You know, like vinyl did.
Yeah, absolutely.
People are gonna get sick of their fucking USB sticks.
Yeah,
you know,
the
like,
robot peepees.
Yeah, and then they're gonna realize, you know, the glory days.
Well, because this is my man. Like we know exactly how bad cigarettes are.
Yeah.
You know that if you have every 2 weeks over the course of a weekend, like 8 to 10 cigarettes, and then you don't have them for 2 weeks to a month, nothing really that awful is going to happen to you. So no one knows that about Jewel really yet.
Yeah.
You can pretty much assume that that's fine, but still, I'd like to see where it plays out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But good weekend though. Got surfing behind my buddy Sean's boat again. That absolute unit of a water displacer.
Oh fuck!
It's insane
I
how
need
much
to get up there.
Like, you get barreled.
Yeah.
Behind a boat.
Best boat you've been surfing on?
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
I almost find it hard. Like Eli's boat, we have a lot of fun surfing behind. I find it hard now to come back.
Really, eh?
Yeah. You can, it's just, it's like an oceanic wave. It's perfect. It's like a 3 foot, like remember when we surfed Palos Verdes?
Yeah.
And there's like a section where the wave was like 3, 4, 5 feet, but then on the sides, like a 3 foot, like kind of angled wave would come out.
Yeah.
It's like that. And I just like hard shreds, landed a nice juicy 3, and not one of those 3s where you flat spin, a carving 3 where you like cut back on the wave and you kind of like come to the top of the wave and then come down it.
Yeah.
And it was dope though, because all 10 people were like new to surfing pretty much. Yeah. And they're like, Trav, like go out there first and just like show them what it is. And then I just went out there and just
ripped it,
smacked the lip, just got fucking petted out there, and landed a juicy 3. And then they all went and was obviously like having a really hard time. So I felt pretty good about myself. Then Sean went, the owner of the boat, did not land a 3. And you know what that means?
What does that mean?
We spin for pinks out there, dude. That boat's mine. Sean, that boat's mine, dude.
So he left you the keys at the end of the weekend.
Yeah, I'll be picking it up. Ooh, I'll let you have another 2 weeks with it, but she's mine.
And then where you gonna park that thing at?
Dude, I couldn't even bring that boat over to my cottage. Like, my lake couldn't handle that boat. The wave that thing puts out, like,
the townies would be all over you.
Yeah, yeah. I'd be uprooting a few docks.
Yeah, it's more, people are just used to it in Muskoka now. Every other boat that drives by is thrown off one of these fucking 10-foot waves.
Yeah, there's some vessels in Muskoka. Like I saw a few like cigarette boats this weekend. A few boats that have like those like ocean going party boats. They have like outboards. It's hard to explain, but like the equivalent of having like a wakeboard boat on the ocean are these like big long boats that have like 4 engines on the back. They have like a bimini top and like a big center console, and then like all the speaker systems you need.
Yeah.
Have you seen those ones?
Yeah.
Even saw a few of those in Muskoka, and like I gotta be like $250,000. Anyway, great place. Huge fan of the Skokes. What else is next? Oh, what's contactless me?
Oh, I thought it was interesting. I was just scrolling through the news this morning that the Middle East is just getting contactless payment.
Oh, so this note, contactless me is Middle East?
Middle East, yeah. I short formed it. Because, even in the States somewhere, they're just sort of getting used to it. Like, I remember when we were down there a couple years ago and I tried to use tap, and they're like, what is that?
They're like, why are you touching your card against the screen?
Yeah. Apparently Canada's banking is like on the...
Yeah, Julie said that, right? Our last guest. Crazy. Well, the Middle East, you'd expect that. They still don't have, in a lot of places, the women just got to vote. Or to drive, I mean.
I feel like they're bartering in a lot of...
Dude, if you don't let women drive, like, and you have contactless payment, that seems wild to me.
It's like crazy, like, end of the spectrum.
Can women use the contactless payment systems?
Probably no.
Probably not.
That'd be a good bit.
Yeah. God, you gotta man. Like as much as I love good old fashioned like U.S. feminists that are like equality in the workplace, I'm like, dude, women over there can't use contactless payment. Like, get over there.
They still gotta swipe and sign.
And their husbands probably gotta sign. It's like, get over there. You know what I mean? Like, if you're working at Coca-Cola, you know, and you're making a few cents different on the dollar, yeah, it's not the best, but like, at least you can go and contactless buy a coffee. You know what I mean? And drive over there while you're at it.
Yeah. So do you think they're getting, you know, Apple Pay too?
Oh, dude, there's no way. I don't, do you think they have iPhones?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah?
Yeah, well, at least in the big cities.
I just don't see an Apple store. Maybe in the big cities, yeah. I can't see that like Apple store, like Genius Bar. Anyway, well, it's something to Google. A friend of mine sent me something funny though. She sent me this sign, and I'll put a picture up in the video here, but it says, it's just a sign. It's a yellow sign, and it says, "Wanted, semi-retired lady walking companion, $15 to $25 an hour. Call Tony," and it gives his number.
Yeah.
And if you're looking at the picture in the video right now, I have so many questions about this. I have so many questions. There's no commas. There's no like spacing that lets you know what this is.
Yeah.
Is Tony looking for a semi-retired lady to walk with, or does he run a business that hires people to walk with semi-retired ladies? Semi-retired lady walking companion. So like, are you walking semi-retired ladies, or does he want a semi-retired lady to walk with him? Also, why the 15 to 25 an hour? Like, what
determines what rate you get paid?
Right. Some walks like what?
What qualifications do you have to show to get that $25 an hour?
And what's a semi-retired lady?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Like, so if she's advertising for walking companions, does no one want to walk with her? Like, is she like nuts?
But is Tony looking for a semi-retired lady to walk with him?
Oh, like,
see what I'm saying?
Is this like a real life Craigslist ad?
Yeah, it's a real life Craigslist ad where like when we were looking for units, there'd be a Craigslist ad and it's like, wanted, or it's like free rent in downtown Toronto. All you have to do is be a woman, sleep in my bed with me, and no sex. It's like, I just need a companion. And it's like
these weird ass Craigslist ads. I think that's what that is.
I thought that was funny. So thanks for sending that in.
It's an analog Craigslist ad. That's
analog Craigslist ads. Yeah, if you guys see funny stuff, send them in because I like that. Tim Hortons cup.
Oh, yeah. It's another kind of minimal.
You don't seem
story.
very pumped about that story, dude. You really.
I don't know.
Your energy on that story was a little.
You know what? Google. Okay, I don't know if you guys use Google News, but lately I'm like on the fence about it. Lately I'm scrolling through, I'm like, so much of this stuff I don't even read. It's irrelevant news. Like, I want a news app where I can filter through and it's giving me top stories, stuff that I'm interested in. I even click stuff that I'm interested in. And you're like
Google AI, learn me.
Yeah,
but
dude. It's not. It's giving me like all these garbage stories. Anyways, I thought, you know, somewhat relevant to Canadians, this Tim Hortons news. They've changed their lids.
They changed their lids to what?
They're a more Starbucks. You know the Starbucks lids, how they like have the raised part in the middle.
Yeah.
So they're going with that as opposed to that like flat
spill all over yourself, burn your dick hole.
Exactly. Yeah. So they're upping their game. You know, and Tim Hortons has been making moves.
I know. You know why? It's because they're owned by, our friend works there. Yeah. They're owned by a massive restaurant group, one of the biggest in the world, I think.
They've been updating all of their stores, plus they've been putting in more Tim Hortons across the country. Plus, I heard that they're trying to put in a whole bunch of restaurants in Asia.
Dude, I think they're looking at Europe, Asia, and the US.
Like, they're trying to go worldwide.
Yeah, they're trying to dominate. They're owned by this, like, I think it's a Brazilian company. I'm not really sure, but they're owned by a mega restaurant group. Yeah, and now they just have like this absolute truck behind them that's like, make money for dad. Like, let's go. Like Papa needs more cash flow, and it's just like shoving them down the barrel. Yeah. But I worked a bartender at Tim's the other day. Made it on the old company website.
Oh,
Yeah.
hello.
They put a
What's
picture
up?
of me. They're like events in the main room, and it was just me like serving a drink. What's the last one on here? Oh, Triple J's. What was that petition going on?
Oh, there's some. I guess there's an indigenous fellow in Australia that is trying to that started some petition in Australia, and he's trying to like market it across Triple J, I guess, about how he wants the radio to have like designated like indigenous segment played, plus like a minimum amount of indigenous music played.
Does that mean it has to be just by an indigenous artist, or does it have to be like indigenous music? Like, you know, like Christian music is like,
I think
you know, the Lord is good. It's like indigenous music. Does it have to be like kind of like the didgeridoo?
No, I think it's just by indigenous folks.
You know who's indigenous?
Who?
Isn't Dizza from Sticky Fingers indigenous?
Is he?
I think he's part.
Maybe he has a background in it, but
I think he's New Zealand. What's that? I think he's got Samoan. Yeah, he's got a little Samoan.
Yeah.
But does that qualify? And if so, Triple J, don't they have a ban on Sticky Fingers?
Yeah, they got a ban on Sticky Fingers right now because
so they would be forced to play Dizza.
It's like the minimal. It's like the what's it called, the Canadian laws where you have to play like a minimum amount.
Yeah, from Canada, but you don't have to play a minimum amount of indigenous.
I know, but it's equivalent.
I bet the radio has a minimum amount of local Australian plays. For sure. But like, this petition, is it going to happen?
I don't know. It's
is it getting steam?
No, they have like minimal.
Why is this in the news then?
I just saw it on there and I'm like, this. I don't know how much.
Was this on Google News?
Yeah.
Fucking Google News.
They gave me like some real low quality news this morning.
It's a really slow day in the news cycle.
Yeah. Some bad bits.
Like, how many signatures does it have?
I think it said 1,250 so far in 2 weeks. I'm like, you might want to go back to drawing board.
Yeah, like I don't mean to burst your bubble, my dude, but my mom started a petition to lower the speed limit in Leaside, and I think it's at 12 or 1,500 signatures.
Is it still going on?
I gotta check that. Oh yeah, so if anyone out there is living in Leaside and would like to lower the speed limit to 30, help my mom out. Google it. Sign her petition. She's trying to keep the children safe. So, nothing wrong with that.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Keep the children safe, you know?
Dude, my mom is at Workhorse Tank. She's like a counselor's nightmare.
Yeah.
She's like the person on the block that got like the no left turn signs put in, like, like changed the whole traffic flow through our streets so that it would be less busy. And just like relentless on it. And they know her by name. You know, she's like the boogeyman for them. She's like, I'm back. I want to lower the speed limit. And they're like, oh no. And then I think they didn't deal with her. So she's like, cool, gonna start a petition.
Yeah.
Petition got steam, and now they're like, we're on board too. Like,
yeah, kind of like our AC situation.
Yeah.
Just takes a little bit of extra.
Oh my God. If you're like your
butt.
aunt,
Yeah.
if my mom was on this AC situation,
Yeah.
we probably have central air installed. Like I've actually refrained from telling my mom how bad it is.
Oh, really? Because you don't want her to get involved.
Oh no, she would literally like WWE slam this girl, probably for not keeping her boy at a crisp 21 degrees.
Because she runs a pretty a low temp house.
Oh yeah, is she like, is my little angel sweating at night?
My sweet angel.
Is my sweet baby boy a little bit toasty every night? That is unacceptable.
But I gotta.
You got a jet. You're heading out to
to Campbellford.
Oh, I heard it's beautiful this time of year.
I wouldn't know. I've never been.
I heard there's an ABBA festival going on.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one I'm going to.
I didn't know you were such an ABBA fan.
My Nana is an ABBA. No, you know what? She's not really an ABBA fan. She's a West. She wants to go to the.
She's a Campbellford fan.
No, she's a West Bend fan because she's been telling me about how like yesterday when I was leaving, fuck, I really gotta go soon. She was telling me about how it's like this property's been in the family for like the longest time, and she's making comments to me. She's like, how many people there do you think can can be like, oh, like my great grandparents, they lived on this property or whatever, like I don't know. She's super excited about kids.
Is she gonna be going around telling people that?
Probably 100%.
You guys have made T-shirts. My great grandparents lived on this land.
She like I remember like even like when we go to the cricket club sometimes she'll when we're talking to like some of her friends or whatever, she'll be like, oh, like Robbie's sister, she's a world champion figure skater. But like my sister, like back when she was like in her teens or whatever,
yeah,
like with her synchro team, like they won like some like championship, but that's like
to her is a world championship.
Yeah, she's like a world championship figure skater. She like
Tanya.
brings this stuff up. It's funny. It's funny. Anyways, I gotta get rolling.
Yeah, dude. Great morning.
Good morning.
And we will see you next
Tuesday. Adios.
Bitch, I got some clout. 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 Bitch, I got some. All in my bag, all in my wrist, all in my shit. What? Prank my dog for the vlog. Iced out Rilla Pog. You busy trying to get fame, I'm busy counting this money. Calling myself a comedian, but none of my shit even funny. I used to work for the coin, now I rap clout with the boys. Pretend to get money to bums, now I got money for toys. Puffin' on perp for the snap, I rent a Rari and take it right back. Bitches be sleeping with me, but they just be in it for tags. They just want this clout.